here with the Superior family, celebrating this wonderful event in your lives and celebrating Shabbat. We begin our service this morning with Matzah on page 290. I'm going to call out the blue page numbers, so please follow those along. We invite you to sing with us finally. Join us in prayer. How beautiful are your messages.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asot b'divrei Torah.
Blessed are you, and our God, sovereign of the universe, calls us to be spoke, commanding us to engage words of Torah. And on page 298, we have such words of Torah.
Elu devarim she'en lahem shi'or she'etam ochel ketehem ba'olam hazeh v'hakeren kayemet lo le'olam haba ve'elu hein kibud arba'in ugmilud hasadim ve'askamat beit hamidrash she'berit ve'ha'arit ve'achmasat orchim uvikur holim ve'nasat kala alei hamet ve'yu tefila ve'ahavat shalom bein adam le'havero ve'talmud Torah keneged kulam.
Together in English, we join to say, these things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people, but the study of Torah encompasses them all. Continue on page 306, singing words of praise from the song. Wake us up and wake up our parents, hearing words like Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah. continue with page 312. We rise for our call to worship with our food.
Ma Rabu Maaseh Adonai Kulam Chokma Aseta Ma'ala Haaretz Kinyaneha Tisbarach Adonai Eloheinu Al Sheba Maaseh Yedecha Al Ve'al Maasrei Or Shasita Yefarua Sela Or Hadash Al Sion Ta'ir V'nizkei Kulam Mechorot Le'olam Baruch Atah Adonai Yotzer HaMeirot.
On page 317, we pray together responsively. O God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear. In every land and every age, your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways, and yet, O God, you are one unifier of humanity.
We give thanks to the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully, we recall the lawgivers and the prophets, the psalmists and the sages of Israel, and joyfully remember that the dawn of Israel's life we would turn to you and find purpose.
May the teachings of our ancestors live on in our minds, and the passion for righteousness stir our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu Yisrael, Ve'al Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
page 323, the Amidah, Kid and Ella are going to lead us in beginning prayers, and we will continue each on our own privately. And when you have concluded the section on page 337, please feel free to be seated.
Adonai sefatartita ukia ditabilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Otzinu v'Yotzeinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor ve'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomer HaSatim Tovim, B'Kanei HaKol, Mizoher HaSed Avot Ve'imahos, U'Meni Gilam L'Yudei B'neihem, L'man Shemo Ve'ahava, Melech Oseh U'Mashiach U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Yitzhak Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayech HaKol Atah, Rav Shira, Morid Atah, Mechakel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayech HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Tomech Noflim V'Pech Olim, Umatir Asherim, Umekayem Emunato, Mishanei Afar, Michamocha B'Gevurot, Umidon Le'olot, Melech B'ni, Umekayem, Umatir Ashira, V'ne'eman atah lechayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayech hakol. Let door by door. Thank you.
welcome to our virtual temple. If you haven't already on Zoom, welcome each other, say Shabbat Shalom, say Mazel Tov. That's what the chat is for, as if you were here at the synagogue and chatting away instead of praying. Just kidding. We are all here to pray together in this expanded community. So why don't the people here in the sanctuary welcome, turn to each other, wish each other a Shabbat Shalom. We may not have seen each other in a while. Say hi to the people at home. As we now turn in our prayer books to page 362 for our Torah service, if you're able, in any way you're able, please rise. Here we are on the Bima today, Lord, but I want you to imagine that you're on a different at a mountain, actually. I want you to imagine that you're on Mount Sinai, where people received the Torah. And our tradition says that it wasn't just the people there thousands of years ago, it was all the people who came before and all the people who would come later. So I want you to imagine you have your family here. I want you to imagine your family stretching back to Sinai and, God willing, stretching forward into the future. Because as our people received the Torah, it was not a historical event. It was an event that happened in the past, the present, and the future. We are always receiving the Torah, because the Torah is not just the words on the scroll in your dad's hand. The Torah is a gift to the Jewish people, the gift of God to the Jewish people. That is our way of life, our wisdom, our gift to the world. So I want you to cherish this gift that is being handed to you today.
One, two. Is this okay here? Should I move it? Should I move this?
If you want to follow along in the Torah in the pews, you have to reach behind you in the front row. There's a Chumash, a Torah, we're on page 624.
But first, we will hear their words.
Thank you all for coming to our Benot Mitzvah. In these uncertain times, we know that this way is a difficult, especially being twins like us. But even as twins, we have some things that are the same and some things that are different. Like we both agree that salty snacks is better than sweet snacks. And reading is our favorite thing to do. But when it comes to our favorite color, I like red and black, and I like sea green. And when it comes to our favorite place, I like the beach, and I like my room. One thing that we can agree on is that this has been a long journey and a whole ton of hard work. But we're standing here today in front of you wearing two very special symbols of our Jewish faith. I am wearing Papi Herman's tallis, and Ella is wearing our great nanny's Jewish star necklace that all of her great-grandchildren have worn at their bat mitzvahs. In our Torah portion, Shlach Lecha, we read about a group of 12 spies that were sent by Moses into the land of Israel to scout it out before the people entered. 10 of the 12 spies came back and said it will be impossible for the people to conquer the land. Only then Joshua and Caleb gave an optimistic picture. This is called the sin of the spies. What is the nature of the spy's sin? It was greatly debated in Jewish tradition. Rabbi Morris Adler, a modern rabbi, debates that it was their clouded judgment and that before they went into the land, they had made up their mind. They came into the land with fear and let that fear color their picture. While the medieval Rabbi Moses ben Rahman, the Ramban, makes its because they misunderstood the vision,
thinking it was to bring back strategic ideas. The mission was really to inform the people about the land and how good it was, not about the strategy of invasion. God was supposed to take care of that. The 10 spies couldn't see the bigger picture, that you could overcome fear and that God was there with the people. This is called faith. Faith is about being open-minded, about being open to all possibilities. One example of faith in my life was when I became friends with my best friend, Sky. It was the first day of school, and I was entering 3rd grade, and there was this little girl with her mom who I'd never seen before. And I had learned that she would be in the same class as me. So I got to school, and she ended up at the same table as me. And that's when I decided to take a leap of faith and say hi. And here we are, 4 years later, and she's my best friend in the entire world, and I couldn't imagine my life without her. On a different note, I would like to talk about our Mitzvah project. In my ELA class, we read Refugee by Alan Gratz. It's about 3 13-year-olds who have to leave their home countries due to political conflict. One of the kids' stories is more recent. His name is Mahmoud. He's a young boy living in Aleppo, Syria. After a missile hits his apartment, destroying his home, he is forced to flee the country, now driving through Syria and making it to Greece, where they have to wait for days and days until finally a small motor raft arrives. And after many people board the raft hits rocks and pops. Mahmoud, his little sister, and his mother are stranded. Mahmoud makes the decision to give his little sisters away to a young woman on a different raft. After Mahmoud hears a boat motor, he takes out his mother's phone, which is sealed in a plastic bag for safekeeping, and starts waving it back and forth like a beacon. A Greek Coast Guard ship comes and saves Mahmoud and his mother. Mahmoud sees his father and Walid, his little brother. And after many hardships from tear gas to get taken to a Hungarian prison, they finally make it to Germany. It got me and my sister thinking. Of course, this book is historical fiction, so Mahmoud and his story is fake. But is it? Many families just like Mahmoud go through this. So for our Mitzvah project, I decided all the money I receive, I will be giving half of it to International Neighbors, an organization that helps refugees survive in this day and age. We would like to thank first our parents for caring about us and loving us. Mom and Dad, you've made everything the easiest it could be for us so we can have the best life, even when we misbehave. Next, we would like to thank our grandparents, who have always given us a tremendous amount of support. We are so lucky to be able to spend special time with them. Nana, Momo, and Fa, you have such a special place in our hearts, and a special thank you to Poppy Herman for our middle names to honor his memory. Next, we would like to thank the rest of our family, who are always here for us and make us laugh and babysat us when our parents had enough of us and our siblings and wanted to get away. Speaking of our siblings, Madam and Bun would like to thank you too. Every once in a blue moon, we get along and have a blast. Whether it's making fun of our dad or watching family movies, we always make each other laugh really hard. In addition, we would like to thank our friends, who every time we're stressed or annoyed, sit through our long rants and support us through everything in our lives. Also, we would like to thank Cantor Galit, who has spent numerous hours, whether it was making sure everything was perfect for the day or teaching us over and over again to get the lyrics, notes, and overall sound of Ketsa. We are so lucky to have someone in our life that has so much passion for us. Also, Rabbi Satz, Lisa Glick, and all of our Hebrew school teachers. They were all so patient with us, whether it was with our speech, learning Hebrew, or just guiding us through the outside world. We are so thankful for all of you. Lastly, I would like to thank my twin sister, Ella. Even though I hate to admit it, you are truly my best friend. Nothing would have gotten done if you hadn't pushed me to do it, and I am so glad to share this special moment with you. Kate, I would like to tell you that I am so grateful to have you as a twin. You are the most supportive person I met, from my acting to my singing to my schoolwork, or even when I just need a rant, you are always there for me, and I would like to thank you for that. You're welcome.
So for the first Aliyah, we would like to call up Jeremy, Lila, Madeline, and Benjamin. יעמדו ירמיהו משה הלוי בן רבקה וצבי הירש דוד הלוי מלכה רחל בת ירמיהו משה הלוי בנימין לב בן ירמיהו משה הלוי לעלייה ראשונה.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hambara.
Baruch Adonai Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambara Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayavo'u Adonacha Eshkol. V'yachretu Misham Simara HaEshkol Anavim V'echad Vayisa'u Vamot Bishnayim Umin Harim Onim Umin Hata'enim Lamakom Harut Kara Nachal Eshkol Al Odot HaEshkol Asher Kartu Misham B'nei Yisrael Vayeshuvu Vamot Vayeshuvu Mitor Haaretz Miketz Arba'im Yom.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher natan lanu Torat emet. V'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen.
Now we'd like to call up Kate as now as a bat mitzvah to do her aliyah.
Baruch et Adonai Havara.
Baruch Adonai Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. V'hachu vayavo'u el Moshe ve'el Haran ve'el kol adat b'nei Yisrael el midbar Paran kadesha v'yeshivu atam devar et kol haaretz vayum et pari haaretz vayesaparulo vanu et haaretz asher shalchtanu v'gam zalat chalav u'davash hi basir piryah.
Sorry.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet Behaye Olam Natan B'Tolchenu Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
God who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bring blessing to King Sabiri, who has reached the age of responsibility, who was called to the Torah for the first time. We celebrate the dedication that brought you to the sacred moments today. May God watch over you, may your parents continue to raise you to full adulthood, leading you to a life filled with blessing, of Torah, your learning, of Buma, the joy of a loving relationship, and of Maasik, of being good deeds. May you find favor before God and the entire Jewish community, and together we say, Amen.
Well, yeah, great. I am so honored to call up, please, Barbara Sabiri and Allison Wright.
Okay. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamrorah. Baruch Adonai Hamrorah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamrorah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim V'natan Lanu et Torto. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen.
Tebat ha'arts asher taru ota el b'nei Yisrael lemor ha'arts asher elanu ba latur ota eretz ohet yoshvei achi v'ho ha'am asher ra'enu betoha ein sheni dot v'sham ra'inu et hanefilim b'nei anak min hanefilim v'anhi be'einenu hagavim hayinu be'einenu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayim olam natan b'tzidkenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Amen.
For all you four, I'm so excited to call up Jonathan and Dougie Sabiri. Yamdu, Yonali, Abdul, Karim, Yusuf, Karim, Boy, Miriam, Zedela, Yadri, eat. Come on. All of you, yeah.
Baruch Hu Adonai Habarach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Batisa koha eda. Vayitenu et kalam. Vayivku ha'am. Belayla hahu. Velanu el Moshe ve'al Aaron. Kol b'nei Yisrael. V'meru Elohem kol ha'eda. Lumanu be'eretz Mitzrayim. Oh, Bamidbar hazeh lumanu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher natan lanu Torah emet. V'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Yarmulke.
Which one do I have first? It's up to you. Where's it?
Well, we have 5. I'm calling back up. Jeremy, Lila, Madeline, and Benjamin.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Velama Adonai Megi Otanu Ha'aretz Hazot Limpol Beheref Nashenu Betopenu Heyu Lavas Halo Tov Lanu Shuv Mitzrayma Ve'omeru Ish Yo'ahil Nitna'u Rosh V'neshuva Mitzrayma Vaypol Moshe Ve'Aaron El Pneihem Milei Kol Kenei Hadat B'nei Yisrael.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher natan lanu Torah emet. V'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Blessing for all of those who come up to the Torah, Mishaberach, Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Sarah, Power, Leah, Uyanoreth, and Korah, may the one who blessed their ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless all of those who have come up to the Torah in honor of God, in honor of Shabbat. May they merit from the Holy One blessing, protection, rescue from any trouble or distress, and from any illness. May God send blessing and success in their every endeavor. Together with all Israel, let us say, Amen.
And now for a final 6 Aliyah this morning, I'm calling Ella and Bar Mitzvah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamborah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborah Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
V'hesh Yeshua Binu, Behelav Ben Yehunan, Min Hatarim, Et Ha'arts, Ka'u Bigdehem, Vayomeru, El Kol Adat, B'nai Yisrael, Lemor Ha'arts, Asher, Avar Yuva, Latur Ota, Tova Ha'arts, Mi'od, Im Hafetz Abanu, Adonai, Vehevi Otanu El Haaretz Hazot Ve'unatena Lanu Eretz Asher Hi Zevat Halev Udevash. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'heyei olam nata betoheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
May God who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bring blessing to Elisabiri, who has reached the age of responsibility and was called to the Torah for the first time. We celebrate the dedication that brought you to the sacred moment today. May God watch over you. May your parents continue to raise you to full adulthood, leading you to a life filled with blessing, the blessing of Torah, Jewish learning, of Kubah, the love, the joy of a loving relationship, and Masim, the being of good deeds. May you find favor before God and the entire Jewish community, and together we say, Amen.
Now we invite our parents to offer words of blessing to Kate and Ellen.
Good morning, everyone. Can you see me?
We need to move to
This way? Come. Come, Dad. Come next to us.
Oh, sorry.
there we go.
Hi, okay. So, okay, Kate and Ella, I want to be able to see you both, so Lord. Okay, hello. Okay. Oh my goodness, we cannot believe this day is here. Holy cow, we have worked so hard for this. And I mean, all of us worked so hard. So today I'm going to address you together, but I'm also going to speak to you individually. Let me start from the beginning and say, as your dad always says, we always planned for 4 kids. But when we found out we were having twins, it was a total surprise, and we have to say, a total delight. Your dad may moan and groan from time to time, maybe every day, but honestly, it tickles him pink, and the only thing that would make it better was if Poppy Herman were alive today to have met you two. He would quell, as they would say. So, I'm not gonna lie, it's not the easiest raising twins, but I bet triplets are much harder. I can say, oh, there are 3rd and 4th, or that, oh, it's not hard, but guess what? This COVID bat mitzvah was not the easiest process. There was a lot of nail biting and angst going into today. There are so many people we want to thank for giving us help, especially our family. But individual shout outs and kudos go to Cantor, to Rabbi Sachs, the incredibly patient Mrs. Shuffam, and her phone calls every week, and Lisa Glick for getting us here. And also, I'm gonna thank me and your dad as well. While there were challenges getting to today, you both wholeheartedly embraced Jewish life and above all else, loved the camaraderie of being part of the TBO community. We are so amazed at your dedication to Ketzer Choir for all these years at TBO and how much you enjoy Monday night Hebrew school classes, our family Friday night Shabbat dinners, and how we prepare and celebrate holidays, even though you don't eat half the foods. You won't be seen with a whitefish spread or lox, or most vegetables for that matter, but throw in a bagel and a schmear and you girls are in. So now I'm going to speak to you individually. To my Ella Bella, you are my sunshine child, always with a smile and always the most kind person in the room. Not that you aren't dramatic sometimes. There is a reason they asked you to be a part of the SNAP program during elementary school. During your Torah portion today, you talked about faith and friendship. You are such a kind friend, someone who is always available to support someone else. Our greatest hope is that your faith and our faith in you will continue to guide you and that you will always keep your kind soul. To my Kadams, you are a Sabiri, but you're your own person. As a baby, you were not as smiley as your sister, but today you are Miss Social. Virtual learning was so tough for you as you just craved in-person interaction and your classmates and your teachers. You're always up for a get-together and will do anything for a friend. You just love being around and engaging with people. Today you spoke about service and obligation. Our hopes and dreams are that you continue to recognize ways that you can give back to society and that you know the importance of family, but also the importance of cultivating great friendships. To the both of you, we've been through the mill and this bat mitzvah, but you've also delighted us all these years, especially with your singing in Ketzev and your devotion to TBO Hebrew School. I believe the saying is, it's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Well, today, most definitely, was worth it. Mazel tov to Ella and Kate. We love you, and we're so very proud of you.
For the lifting of the Torah and the blessing and the holding, we would like to call up Jacob and everybody please rise.
We come to our Haftarah, the reading from the prophets, usually reflecting a theme in our Torah portion that Ellen and Kate chanted and taught us about the spies who entered the land. In our Haftarah from the book of Yehoshua, book of Joshua, one of the spies who was not a naysayer, we learn about spies sent again to scout out the city of Jericho before the people would conquer it. We also learn that the spies go to a house of ill repute, where they find a woman named Rahav. Rahav turns out to be the hero of the story, and I think it's teaching us that redemption can come through the most humble place, or even through a place of defined as sin. that kindness and goodness can come from everyone. Rahav welcomes the spies in and helps them, teaches them how to conquer the city. And Rahav becomes a hero in Jewish tradition. If you're following along in the Chumash, the Torah commentary, we are on page 635, and we will begin with a blessing.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בחר בדברים טובים ורצה בדבריהם הנאמרים באמת. ברוך אתה אדוני הבוחר בטובה ושעבדו בישראל עמו בנביאי האמת והצדק. וישלח יהושע בן מן השיטים שניים אנשים מרגלים חרש לאמור ראו את הארץ ותרחו וילכו ויבואו בית אישה זונה ושמערכה וישכבו שמה ויאמר למלך יריחו לאמור הנה אנשים באנו הנה הלילה מבני ישראל לחקור את הארץ וישלח מלך יריחו אל רחב לאמור הוציאי האנשים הבאים אלייך אשר באו לביתך כי לחקור את כל הארץ באו ותיקח האישה את בני האנשים ותצפנו ותאמר כן באו אליי האנשים ולא ידעתי מאין המה ויהי השער לסגור בחושך רעם ואנשים יצאו לא ידעתי אנה הלכו האנשים רדפו מהר אחריהם כי תסיעו והיא העלתם הגגה ותטמנהם בפשטי העץ הרחוב לה על הגג והאנשים רדפו אחריהם דרך הירדן על המעברות והשער סגרו אחרי כאשר יצאו הרודפים אחריהם והם טרם נשכבו והיא עלתה עליהם על הגג ותאמר האנשים ידעתי כי נתן אדוני לכם את הארץ וכי נפלה אימתכם עלינו וכי נמוגו כל יושבי הארץ מפניכם כי שמענו את אשר הוריש אדוני את מי ים סוף מפניכם בצאתכם ממצרים ואשר עשיתם לשני מלכי האמורי אשר לעבר הירדן לסיחון ולעוג אשר החרמתם אותם ונשמע וימאס לבבינו ולא קמה עוד רוח באיש מפניכם כי אדוני אלוהיכם הוא אלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם צור כל העולמים צדיק בכל מקומות ופעל ונאמן האומר ועושה המדבר ומקיים שכל דבריו באמת בצדק על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה ושנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו לקדושה ולמנוחה לכבוד ולתפארת על הכל אדוני אלוהינו אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך יתברך שמך בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השם.
Before we put the Torah away, a new month is coming soon. Let's turn to page 379 in the prayer book. Our God, God of our ancestors, May the new month bring us goodness and blessing. May we have long life, peace, prosperity, a life exalted by the love of Torah and reverence for the divine, a life in which the longing of our heart are fulfilled for good. Rosh Chodesh Tammuz, Yihyeh B'Yom Hamishi, the Shishi, the new month of Tammuz will begin on Thursday and will continue on Friday. We now rise as we return the Torah to the heart. Ella, and Kate. It was an honor and a pleasure to study Torah with you. You taught us important lessons about, as your mom reiterated, about faith and obligation. I want to pick up on that our Torah portion, if you think about it, it's about adolescence into maturity, into adulthood. But we talk about becoming becoming an adult in our community. That doesn't mean that you're a kid one day and you're an adult the next day. It's a process. And how's the Torah portion of that? Well, think about the spouse who was sent. What they do, very much like a teenager. They saw hungry things. I don't want to do it. This is so boring. This is, we can't do that. I'd rather sit and text and watch videos. No. Becoming an adult takes faith. So what is faith? I'll give you an example. Every day, this is for all of us, every day, we get up and we go and do the most dangerous thing in the world. We get into a car. And in a few years, you're going to learn how to drive, you're going to learn how to be safe, you're going to learn how to look around like the spies would say. They're supposed to look around. You're going to do all of these things to prepare yourself for something dangerous. But then the next step, your idea that it could turn out okay, that's faith. That's God's help. That it could be okay. You have to prepare yourself for all of it, and then take the next step. That's really what maturity is. The spies were not able to do it. They went into the land and saw how good it was. They experienced faith leaving Egypt. They experienced the goodness, but then they went in and they weren't able to make that next step that this could happen. Adulthood is being able to envision that future. Not to just live in the present of YouTube videos, not to live in the past of childhood, but to envision that future, prepare yourself for it, take that next step, not knowing that it will work out, but knowing that it could work out. So, friends, I see you maturing into these young women who are able to do that, knowing that you have obligations in the future, obligations for those, as we talked about, those who need our help. That you have obligations that you can envision a future of deepening relationships with friends and family. That you can take that next step, not knowing where it will go, but knowing that it could go with God's help to something beautiful. So my lesson for you is to keep nurturing this faith.
I don't even know where to start. I feel like you two are these glorious, two beautiful people who have just this endless energy and joy, and you bring that to all that you do. It's so wonderful to be around and to have seen also develop over the years. And I feel like your family also, the Sabiri clan, I've already annexed myself into this family. And Jacob being like the second brother, I think I ever did. And you are the thousand. But it's definitely been a journey with you too. And in Kesed, you have shown us so much beautiful energy and leadership. And what I want to highlight from your Torah portion, similarly to what the rabbi said about your pastoral portion, about how the Israelites were hiding in this irrefutable place, but the idea that it's all about perspective, right? The spies in the Torah portion, there were the 10 spies who came back and said like horrible things, and then there were 2 who said positive things. So it's interesting how some people look at the same thing and see completely different things. And so your journey was not one of all like flowers and energy and awesome stuff in the park. There were so many challenges and the COVID layer on top. It's been really important and great lesson. At least I hope that it has been an important and great lesson for you. And that is my prayer for you, actually, that you always keep that beautiful, positive energy that you have, and you bring that kind of perspective to any time in your life that you encounter challenges. And I hope that that helps to guide you through your journey, which I'm happy I don't have to preach here, how important it is that you continue to educate yourself in school, because we have already made that covenant right before we started. So my blessing to you is that you continue to open your eyes and really notice where you can bring your gifts to your Jewish journey and to your journey at large. And so the Rabbi and I would like to give you these words of blessing from the priestly benediction together.
Kids and Ella, may the Eternal One bless you and protect you. May God's face shine on you and be gracious to you. Ella and Kate, may you always find the Eternal One's presence. May you always be lifted up by it. And may God always bless you with shalom, with peace. And we all say, Amen. So girls, turn around. I ask everyone to please rise as we funnel all of your blessings into these words, thanking God for giving us life, for establishing us, for enabling us to reach this joyous occasion.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן
and people at home can chime in too in the chat. What is the most important mitzvah? What's the most important commandment of the Torah? What do you think? Audience participation. Love your mother and father. That's a good one. What do you think? Not lying. Very nice. Good. Not killing people. Very good. Maybe I'm just assuming I can't hear you because of the mess. So these are all good mitzvot, but there's a traditional statement that says the most important mitzvah comes from this week's Torah portion right at the end. I'm going to read it. It says, "Speak to the Israelite people, as God of Moses, and instruct them to make for themselves seats, fringes on the corners of their garments throughout the ways. Let them attach a cord of blue to the fringes at each corner. That shall be your seats. Look at it, recall all the commandments of the Eternal and observe them, so that you do not follow your heart and eyes and your lustful urge. Thus shall you be reminded to observe my commandments and to be holy to your God. I, the Eternal your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God, I, the Eternal, your God." Now, of course, when an ancient rabbi makes a statement saying, like, the tzitzit are the most important commandment, they're being hyperbolic. Well, what are they saying? Why is just these pieces of string that Kate and Ella put on for the first time this morning, why is this such an important commandment? I want to look at it in a few different ways. In the ancient world, to have accoutrement on your clothes, to have things hanging, what would that mean? Who had fancy clothes? It meant you were like a king or a queen. That wearing the tzitzit for our ancestors and all their clothes was a sign of dignity. It was a democratization of dignity. We may not see it today because we all are the richest people in the world, in the history of the world. We all have fancy clothes compared to everyone else in the world, pretty much. But wearing the tzitzit was a sign of dignity that all of us were royalty. Also, for technical reasons, and that we were all kind of part of the priesthood too. Now, ancient tzitzit and some today have a blue thread, and that having an extensive dye also signified that. But now, what does it mean that all of us are royalty? It's linked back to right at the beginning of the Torah that said we are all created in the image of God. Our speaker last night spoke of this. We are all created in the image of God. In the ancient world, in different cultures, it said the king, like Pharaoh, was created in the image of God. But for the people of Israel, it said no, everybody in the world was created in the image of God, therefore we are all royalty. But also it says in our verses that I read that the tzitzit are there to remind us how to live. Because we live with dignity, we have to live in a certain way. Now, how many of you have something like a Fitbit on the wrist? A bunch of us, right? Do you need an electronic device to remind you that you should be walking a lot? No. But we do. Our tzitzit are our ancient Fitbits, if you will. We don't need to be reminded that we should be treating strangers with kindness. We don't need to be reminded that we should be honoring our parents. We don't need to be reminded to celebrate Shabbat, to pay our workers on time. All these flow to the Torah, most of them make sense. And yet, we do need to be reminded, because as our verses say, our eyes and our hearts go astray. Our eyes and our hearts go astray using the same language as what happened with the spies. We get distracted. We get distracted by videos. We get distracted by shiny things. We get distracted by our own ego, ourselves. Me, mine.
Our tzitzit are there to remind us what we already know, how to live. And so, our most important mitzvah here, wrapped around our fingers, tied to our clothes, to remind us of our dignity, to remind us, therefore, of our obligations. Shabbat Shalom. So, let us together begin to conclude our service. On page 586, please rise.
עלינו לשבח הטוב הכל, לתת תקווה ליוצא בראשית, ולא עשה פיגועי הארצות, ולא שמענו את האדמה, שלא שם חלקים כבד וגורלים ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש קדוש הוא, ונאמר והיה לנצח על כל הארץ ביום ההוא הנה אדוני אחד
We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died this season in years past, and those who we have drawn our hearts with our own. The Temple B'nai or family remembers the recent death of Abraham Mark Grina. We're in the period of Shloshim, the first month of mourning of Myrna Levy. This week marks the yahrzeit anniversary of the death of Jamie Bennis, Saul Bronstein, Susan Broadwin, Elsie Bromberg, Edith Burns, Minerva Cohen, Francis Davidge, Jeanette Dorman, Joseph Christian, Rose Gilbert, Anna Goldstein, Benjamin Hertzfeld, Edward Hochberg, Joseph Jacobs, Tilly Kramer, Marshall Levine, Oscar Lewis, Mildred Libman, Trudy Lilienfeld, Jeanette Myers, Susan Nadler, Irving Kober, Martin L. Robinson, Sarah Rusland, Erwin Redbart, Abraham Schlosser, Edward Sonder, Hedwig Stern, Benjamin Yellen, Rita Zausner, and Abraham Zlotkin. If you're at home remembering someone, you can put their name in the chat. If we're thinking of people here, please say the name. Ilhanam B'Bracha, may the memories be for blessing. The mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. Yitkadal Yitkadash Shmei Rabba, Yamad Yibrach Yuteh, Yamlit Chachuteh, Chayachon Yonachon, V'chayei V'chobet Yisrael, V'agalat Yisran Havi Yimru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba V'Barach Le'olam. Amen. Amen. Yiparach, Yishalach, Yipavar, Yitamam, Yitnaseh, Yithadar, Yithaleh, Yithalal, Shmei, Yusha, Yuifu. Ela, Yikober, Chata, Yishirata, Tushpachata, Venechamata, Dan, Yiran, Yihalam, Yimru. Amen. Yehei, Shlamar, Rabba, Yishmaya, V'chayim, Aleinu, Yahol, Yisrael. Yimru. Amen. Oseh Shalom Yibrama, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Yahol Yisrael. Yimru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to which we say, Amen.
We conclude
our service with the Shamru. I can have yeah, you too.